Hey everyone, today we're gonna see how to create this beautiful scroll-in animation that staggers the element. So if you have a row with more than one item, then the item come in once at a time. So let's get into it. Well, we're gonna create the interaction first, and then we're gonna create the variations to make it staggered, and then we'll apply to all the elements to see the final result. We're gonna take one of these items and we're gonna create a new scroll into view animation, start a new animation, and I have a bunch of animations here already. We're gonna call this scroll in D.0, and then this stands for delay. I like to name it this way, and we will see how that will be useful later on. So we're gonna set the initial states. So it's gonna be a move. So let's set this into initial state. We're gonna move this down to rem, and then we're gonna add opacity at 0%. We're gonna also create a filter blur. Let's make it 7 pixels blur, and then we're gonna duplicate these, and then we're gonna actually animate them to our final state. So it's gonna be 0 rem, the move, and then the opacity is gonna go to 100%, and then the filter blur is gonna go to 0 because we want to make it go back to normal. And then we'll take all of these, we will set a duration of, let's do 1 second, and then we'll set an ease for the easing, but for the move, I like to set it outward. So this is our interaction. We can play it, it works very nicely already. But what we want to do, we want to now create the variations, so the stagger, to create the stagger effect. We'll do this by getting to our second item in the row. We're gonna create a new interaction when we scroll into view. And instead of using this, we will duplicate this one, and we will select it, we will go and edit. We'll leave everything as it is, and we're gonna select the final states, and we're gonna put a delay of 0.3 seconds, and we're gonna name this, instead of that, we'll just put a 0.30 seconds, and we will save this. And we will do the same thing for the final, the third item in the row. So we'll create a new animation, taking this one, we'll duplicate it, let's select it, let's delete 0.6 seconds, and then the duration is going to be the same. Let's rename these to 60, and then this is done. So now we're going to apply to all the elements on the page, on our section. I like to, when we have more than one item in the same row, I like to apply these, the first one with 0 seconds delay, the second one with 0.3 seconds delay, and then the third item 0.6 delay. But for the elements that are stacked vertically, I like to keep it at 0% delay, at 0 seconds delay. I find this to be a nicer final effect. So let's apply these to all the elements. So I applied it to all the elements on the section. So let's take a look at the final result on our live page. And as you see, when we have the grid, the elements come in once at a time. If we scroll in more than one row at the same time, as you see, then the second row of items is gonna animate in before and together with the final items of the previous row. So it gives this nice scroll-in interaction. I also like to name my layers like this. So when I have to reapply to all the elements in my page, I keep everything tidy and I can quickly apply to where I want. I do this so also I can reapply all these interactions to many elements on my page. So if I want to apply to other items down the page, I can go in here and quickly add scroll into view animation, start animation, select the first one, and I can do this I can stagger it, so I can use these two for the other items. Hope it was useful. If you liked it, leave a like. It helps. This is my first video. Thank you.